All right, this video is for the lesson 10.5 homework. We are going to find the surface area of pyramids. Okay, lateral surface area is 1/2 big P, that's the perimeter of the base, times the slant height. So we talked about this when we did volume. The height of the pyramid is from the tippy top point straight down. The slant height is if you were on the outside of the pyramid and you walked up one of the outside faces. So that's what's given to you here. That's a slant height. Okay, typically they don't give you a height in these because you don't need it. Total surface area is going to be the 1/2 PL perimeter times slant height plus big B. All right, big B is going to change. If the base is a triangle, big B is going to be 1/2 little b, little h. Okay. If it's a square, we don't do rectangles in these. We can, but we don't do them. It's just going to be length times width. And then if big B is any shape with more than 5 sides, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, I'm just going to do a pentagon, it's going to be 1/2, my brain stopped, little a, big P. Okay, so for these, you're going to need perimeter, you're going to need slant height, and you're going to need big B. Again, that big B is going to change. All right, so perimeter. The base is the only one this rule doesn't work with, is the triangular pyramids. Triangular pyramids, it's the one it's sitting on. Whichever one's on the bottom, that's your base. So if I want to do the perimeter of that one, let's see, our sides are 12, 12, and 12. They're all 12. So my perimeter here is 36. My slant height is 11.5. And then big B. So we're going to use this one. It's going to be 1/2. Okay, base and height. The height is the dashed line that's drawn on that base triangle. And then the one it's perpendicular with, so you can see on some of these it's got that little right angle drawn in there. It's the two sides that make the right angle. That's your base and your height. So we've got the base is going to be 12, and then the height of that one is going to be 10.4. So my big B is 22.9. All right, lateral surface area, 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. Woo. And we get 207. Total surface area is your lateral surface area plus big B. So all I have to do is take this amount and add my big B to it. There's no rounding on this page since we're using straight edge shapes. We don't have any rounded edges. So 229.9 yards squared. All right, if it's a square, any other pyramid except a triangular pyramid, whichever one is not a triangle is the base. Okay? Pyramids, the faces are always triangles. So if you can find the shape that's not a triangle, that's your base. So perimeter, slant height, big B. So perimeter of the base, it's a square. Each side of that square is 12. So you can do 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, or you can just do 12 times 4, since they're all the same. So perimeter is 48. Slant height, remember, is on the outside walking up the edge, so 10.8. And then big B, area of the base, 12 times 12. So 144. So lateral surface area, 1/2 PL. So perimeter is 48. Slant height is 10.8. And we get 259.2. Sorry to have to squeeze that in there so small. Total surface area, all we got to do is take the lateral and add the big B to it. 403.2, and these would be feet squared. Okay. Now we've got bases that are polygonal. We got polygons. Still got to find our 3 pieces. All right. So the base is the one that's not a triangle. So in these, see how only this side is marked with an 8? They're all going to be the same because we do regular polygons. So to get the perimeter of these, take that one measurement, and this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so we multiply it by 5. One big mistake I've seen is we're just using that 8. That's just one side. We need all the sides. Slant height is 9.7. And then big B, so polygonal, 1/2 apothem times perimeter. So the apothem, you can kind of see the arrow drawn in here. Our apothem is 5.5, and we've already found our perimeter, that 40. So big B is 110. So LSA, lateral surface area, 1/2 PL. So 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. And we get 194. To find the total surface area, we just add that big B onto it. So 304. And this one would be centimeters squared. And then we'll do one more like that. Okay. P, L, big B. All right, so here's my base. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Each side measures 6. So 6 times 6. That's my perimeter. Slant height, 12.2. And then big B, 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. So apothem here is 5.2. We've already found the perimeter. And we get 93.6. So lateral surface area, 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. Ooh, again, sorry, I got to squeeze those in there so tight. And we get 219.6. To find the total, we just add the big B. That didn't work. Hang on. Try that. We get 313.2. This one's inches. Inches squared. Okay. Missing dimensions. It's easier on these if you write out kind of the expanded formula. So that's what I'm going to do on all of these. Lateral surface area, 1/2 big PL. LSA. Total surface area, 1/2 PL plus big B. All right, so this one, we're going to use lateral surface area, so 204.6 equals 1/2 times the perimeter. Lateral surface area is easier than total. So each side is 11. 11 times 3 is 33. And then slant height, that's what we're looking for. All we got to do is solve. So if they give you lateral, that's the easier one to do. That one's not bad. Ooh. I'm going to show you the next one. All right, so if we do this by hand, 1/2 of 33 is 16.5. Divide both sides by 16.5. We get 12.4. All right, side length. If we're looking for the side length like the number 8, that's going to keep us from finding the perimeter, the big P. So we can expand that big P out. So lateral surface area is 283.5. All right, perimeter. How many sides does this shape have? 5. The side length is X. So for perimeter, I'm going to write 5X. And then we know the slant height. I'm going to leave that one for you to solve. Okay. I could just solve and find the perimeter and then work backwards. On these, it's a little bit easier to just kind of write a modified, you know. We know that's what it's going to be. Whatever the side length is, we're going to multiply it by 5. All right, total. In this one, we're looking for the apothem. So total surface area is 1/2 big PL, and then plus big B, the area of the base. And here's where I was talking about writing the expanded. I'm not going to write big B. I'm going to write what big B is. 1/2 apothem times perimeter. It makes it easier to fill in and solve. So total surface area is 280.8. All right, perimeter. Each side is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 sides. Perimeter's 36. Slant height is what we don't know. Slant height is our X. Apothem is 5.2, and then we already found the perimeter. All right, solving this one by hand. We got 280.8. I'm going to simplify this piece first. I'm going to do 1/2 of 36. And I get 18. And then for this piece, I'm just going to multiply all 3 of those pieces together. I can't do them all at once because of that addition sign in the middle. 2 different terms. So for one like this, you have a 2-step equation. Always get rid of your addition and subtraction first. So we've got addition here. We do the opposite. So I get 187.2. And then divide both sides by 18. Can you solve those with InSolve with Menu 3.1? Absolutely. So we get 10.4 equals X, because there's no exponent. Again, I just want to expose you guys to it because it's coming. All right. Last one on this page. Now we're looking for a side length. So if I expand this formula out, Big B here, since it's a square, we could say length times width. But that gives us two variables. Since it's a square, technically the area of a square is s squared, side squared. So that's what I want to use instead. It's going to make it neater. So total surface area is 342. What would the perimeter, how could I represent the perimeter of that square? How many sides? 4x, good. 4 sides, they all measure the same. Slant height, 12.1. And then the sides are each x. So s squared would be x squared. We looked at one of these last week. It ends up being a quadratic. So simplify it first. I'm going to take just the numbers of this and multiply it together. How that works, the math of it, half of 4x is 2x, right? And then 2x times 12.1, 24.2. So I can take just the numbers and I would get the same outcome. Because it's all multiplication in there. There's no addition signs in this little section. Okay. We got a quadratic. To solve a quadratic, I need all the pieces on the same side. So I'm going to move this 342 over with everything else. That way I get that 0 on that one side by itself. Normally when we solve a quadratic, we rearrange. X squared always goes first, then the x, and then the constant. This one's tough to solve by hand because of that decimal in there. Makes it gross. So we're not even going to attempt to solve it by hand. If you solve it with the calculator, you don't even need to rearrange it. All you need is the graph, and you can just type it in. Woo, too big. All right, hard to see. I'm going to zoom out where you can see it. All right, there's my quadratic. It's a U. So here's my two options. Just looking at the graph, can you tell me, not the number, but is it going to be the left or the right solution?
Right.
Why?
Because
Because it's positive. We're dealing with shapes. Menu 6.1 is how you find what they actually are. Which means we're not going to have a side measurement of a negative number. We can't take a ruler and measure a negative number. And so all you have to do is find your positive answer, which is going to be 10. There will not be one like that on a quiz. There may be a bonus question on the test. I might throw something like that in. There will be a lateral one on the quiz. I can tell you that. Okay. All right. So your